Hello, this is Amanda Ray from theamandaray.com, and I'm here today to do a pick a card reading for you. So today's topic is, what does my soulmate need to say to me, or what do they need for us to connect, or what is our connection? You know, kind of in and all those things. Like, I'm feeling a little bit different messages in different piles already, so it's kind of in that grouping. All right, so if you're new here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I'm Amanda Ray, as you know. Now, my reading style is purely channeled, so sometimes my readings can bring in a little bit of extra stuff or a little bit off topic from my intentions of the video, but I just allow my guides to channel whatever messages need to come through. So before you choose your pile, please, if you need time, pause the video, or just right now, take 3 deep breaths and really connect with your heart and soul. This will help you choose the pile that your soul is most aligned with versus the one that catches your eye. Now, by all means, you might need to choose more than one pile. You might have messages in all of the piles. So be gentle with yourself. Don't force yourself to choose only one. There's messages in all of these for a variety of different people, okay? Now, if you need time for deep breaths, just pause the video. I will be here, but I'm going to go ahead. So we have pile number 1 here with fluorite, pile number 2 with petrified wood, pile number 3 with selenite, and pile number 4 with quartz. So again, pile 1 with fluorite, pile 2 with petrified wood, pile 3 with selenite, pile 4 with quartz. I will obviously start with pile 1 and see what's up. So, with this fluorite, I'm really feeling like rainbow energies. Like there's a very soul-based connection with your soulmate, your love life that you want to be drawing in, or maybe you're already with this person, but very spiritual connection between you. And if you're with them, it might feel a little on the rocks right now. And if you aren't with them yet, you might personally feel a little bit on the rocks right now. So please be gentle. I'm just going to start pulling cards and channeling messages and see what's up. Practice makes perfect. Peaceful, faith. Okay, I'm getting really strong energies that you're already in a relationship with this person, or you at least have contact or feel that deep connection. If you haven't made contact, like you already know who it is, kind of thing. Now, I'm feeling like a lot of doubts. You know, there's it feels like there's almost a war going on inside of you. There's, I don't know if you're physically with them, you might have had a falling out, an argument of some sort. But if you haven't connected with this person yet, this is a war going on inside of you. So your guides are asking you to really pull back right now. Like, don't message them, don't reach out for that love or feel like it must come now. Like, just really pull back and reflect and be like, okay, well, you know, in this relationship, whether it's here or not, depending, different messages, I need to practice being a better person in this relationship too, because I'm feeling there's a lot of self-centered stuff happening. Like, you're more concerned about your perspective and what you want than what's best for the relationship. And, you know, there needs to be peace made. You know, you need to forgive yourself for not doing everything perfectly. You need to forgive them for maybe not stepping up in the exact ways that you want them to. But this is definitely a message of reflection. Now, the faith card is moving forward in faith. So even though it's hard and you feel calloused and like you've been beat up and just too much, like I feel this like too much, like I'm over it, I'm done, no more. kind of vibes coming from this card, and your guides are asking you to just take a deep breath and try one last time. Open up your heart, open up to receiving this divine connection or reestablishing this divine connection, because without that faith, you can't take those next steps, right? And you know this, you feel this. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? So the solar plexus chakra, I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. So the solar plexus is all about our sense of self-confidence, and you may have taken a big hit through all of this turmoil, like this clashing that's been coming. And it could be preparing you for the relationship, or smoothing, polishing off the edges. But you need to also not be overbearing when it comes to, you know, your self-confidence. Like, don't go in like, I'm the best, yo. Just see the other person and show up like you are equal to others. No one owes you anything, you know? And when you come with this different perspective and this different energy into the relationship, it just changes how people approach you. They don't feel so defensive and on guard in your presence. The crown chakra, I know I am part of source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. So this is aligning with spirit. And again, reiterating that faith card, our crown chakra is how we give and receive energy with the divine, and it allows us to do some self-healing and just cleanse our energies. So making sure that you are sitting up straight, and, you know, like really, you know, this could be physically, like if you're like all hunched over, like actually sitting up straight, but also being moral. You know, there's maybe some things in here that maybe you wouldn't be proud to admit, or you haven't told anyone, like you're wishing ill if you're, you know, already connected with this person, you're wishing ill on them even though you want to be with them, and it's like this something happening. Make sure you stand up straight or sit up straight, right? You know, come back to who you are, you know, do right. A nurturing heart, mother. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. So this, with this soulmate connection, I definitely see those kids involved, whether you have them now or you will have them, but you need to give up a little bit of that harshness that you have to be more nurturing, because you have a tendency to be very, keeping people at a distance to feel safe, you know, like there's like a little bit of a wall happening, you know, and I don't think you're doing this intentionally. I think it was a defense mechanism for some of the hard things that you've gone through, right? So follow the signs, allow yourself to soften, take time for yourself, you know, like take time to reflect, take time to nurture your mind, body, and soul. So like if you're only like nurturing your physical body, going for massages, baths, face creams, and all the things, you know, like all that kind of stuff, you need to diversify a little bit. And because self-care is not only that, so like for your soul, it might be, you know, sitting down with a good book and, you know, having a hot cup of tea and just really losing yourself in that. That might kind of go into the mind as well. And something soulful is, you know, doing something that helps heal some of your traumas. You know, this could be candle work, this could be doing readings like you're doing right now, different things like that, but really allowing that healing into your life, because you just need more balance. So these cards here are about how past lives are affecting this relationship or this connection, just depending. So we have the High Priestess, or priest or priestess, communal living, again, trust and faith, 2 decks, you know, that trust and faith, scribe or writer. So I'm really feeling like in a past life, this I'm seeing like kind of medieval type times. There's no electricity, There, lots of stonework, buildings, things like that. Not a lot of wood. So I don't know if it wasn't available or you didn't have the tools for that at that time. But the other person was like a priest or a medicine man or woman or something of the like, someone with a spiritual authority within the community. And it was a smaller community, but big enough that you weren't best friends with everybody, you know, like maybe 300-500 people max. And this person was, there was always a reason they couldn't have a relationship with you, whether it was because the religion required them not to have relationships, or there was things that they felt they were not allowed to be with you. So this can translate into feeling like there's blocks in you getting to this person constantly. Excuse me. Not being able to express yourself and fully actualize this love. And in this lifetime, if you haven't met this person yet and you're sitting there waiting for them to come in, you feel like there's this resistance to being able to do that. So they're asking you to just be patient as you work through this. You know, this is where that nurturing comes in, like healing your solar plexus. Like you can't go moping around, woe is me, you know, I don't have this person in my life, and you know, like crying about it all the time. You have to be able to embrace life right where you are and allow the next step to unfold as they go. You know, you can't just have everything all at once. It has to just unfold, you know, and that's that trust and faith, you know, coming in twice, you know. So really allowing yourself to feel vulnerable. Whoa. Allow yourself to feel vulnerable, okay? You're used to having it all sorted out and like carrying yourself a certain way, and it's just can't be like that this lifetime. You need to be able to heal from it, and that requires being vulnerable, okay? Now, the scribe or writer, I really feel like that's pulling into the things you need to do to heal. Do some journaling, automatic writing, and just allow things to just spill out of you, because there's lots that's feeling restrained and held back. You know, I'm surprised the throat chakra didn't show up in here. So I'm really feeling it in the throat. Okay. So I have a couple more cards here. These are just kind of quotes that serve as guiding light on the general feel here. Think things through. You know, again, that's reiterating that slow down. Practice makes perfect. Really reflect on things, you know. Excuse me. You're a spiritual person. I can just feel the vibes here. You're a very spiritual person, but you don't have any patience. So when you're doing the work, you expect the results like this. And when they don't show up, you're aggravated. You throw all of it away and you're like, fuck this. And unfortunately, you just need to be a little more balanced, less swinging back and forth on this, okay? Grieve your losses. You know, so if you feel like you've lost your golden years and you feel like you're aging and you're not connected to the soulmate, or you feel like if you're with this person already, you feel like your relationship has changed to a point where it'll never be what it was. Grieve that. Allow yourself to grieve that, because it's okay to feel loss even as you move forward. Just because it's not the same doesn't mean it's bad, though. You know, like you don't have to like dim your light because of these trials and tribulations. They're building blocks that will help build you into the person that you're meant to be. So that's what I have for these cards. But, you know, I pulled out these Black Moon astrology cards, so I just feel like I have to pull a couple from here for this pile and see. These cards are so large. They're just a little bit too big here. Pisces, I believe. So you may be a Pisces, they may be a Pisces. You may be daydreaming about some of the things. So Pisces energy, like really all up in your feels, you know, lost in a daydream, telling yourself a story that's not true. It doesn't fit the narrative, right? So think things through, you know, think things through. Really ask yourself the hard questions, like, is this true? Or is that the story I'm telling myself? You know, and it's okay if you don't have all the answers and you're making up stories, but you can't attach onto them and like take them away on a sailboat, right? Aquarius, I know. Again, this Aquarius energy is very rigid. So I'm feeling maybe a little cold, you know, distant. Even though you're feeling all the things, allow yourself to be vulnerable. And this is going to be challenging. You know, Aquarius is coming up for you. And I know is, again, reiterating kind of like that crown chakra energy. So allow yourself to channel energy, okay? And just remove your thoughts from it. Do that automatic writing and just allow things to unfold. And we also have Venus with love. So like things are happening, whether you're with this person or you will be, you know who they are, you don't know who they are, you will have that soulmate relationship. And you could call it other things. I'm just using soulmate as a general term. So it might be twin flame, you know, like lots of different terminology to talk about this connection, but it's a very powerful connection for you. You just have to allow yourself to let things unfold, Pal-Wen. You know, I'm going to pull a time frame card. So if you're waiting for the relationship, this is going to talk to you about when it's coming. If you're already in it, it's going to talk to you about when things will shift and the air will clear, because I feel like there's quite a bit of tension happening if you're already in this relationship. So don't stop, you know, like keep going, moving through things, improving health. So, you know, some of these tensions could be caused because someone has a health concern. This could literally mean just your mental health. Different messages for different people in different situations. So letting yourself move through it. Don't like cling on, Pisces. Ooh, clinging on. And abundance, you know, again, reiterating that flow and your results and success and really coming through. So Pal-Wen, you can do this. I know it's been challenging, but please just have that patience, have that faith, that trust, and just take one step at a time, that next right step, okay? If you're interested in a private reading, I do offer private readings. There's going to be a link in the description box below, but I'm going to carry on to pile number 2. All right. Pile number 2 with the petrified wood. I'm feeling like really grounded and stable energies here. One of you might even be a Taurus, like just like super like earthy, rooted, like I'm not moving kind of energies here. Speak your truth. Generosity. And wise decision. So in regards to your soulmate, I'm really being drawn to this owl here. The animal kingdom is speaking to you, but not in the classic sense, Pal 2. So typically when you think of animals speaking to you, you think about like seeing a deer or the actual owl like flying around, but I have a sense that you're kind of removed from nature a little bit. So they're using other means to communicate with you with that. So you might see someone with an animal tattoo. You might read a book or see an advertisement that has the animal's name, or, you know, so allow yourself to see those signs more creatively than you have been looking so far. Because you've been searching for these signs. Like I feel like there's this need to search, like where, when, how, my soulmate, like I need this, I need that stable energy. I like a little bit needy, desperate feeling because you feel it should be here already. You know, there's this running out of time feeling happening for you, Pal 2. So pay attention to how the animal kingdom is showing up for you, and whatever animals it is, just, or flowers or whatever element of nature, just look up, just like literally Google spiritual meaning of blank and fill in the blank. And see what it has to say. There's tons of different websites that have lots of those resources, and just allow those animals to speak to you, because it's going to provide you more depth along your journey with your soulmate, to reaching your soulmate, just depending on what's up. All right. Pile 2. I'm feeling really mixed energies here. So here we have speak your truth, which is about like stop restraining yourself and really like go out there and give of yourself, and like, you know, like just really extroverted. And then this generosity, which is more about being there for others and, you know, allowing things into your life. So like, I don't know if you feel unbalanced here, or you're maybe a little bit selfish or not selfish enough, you know, just depending on which way you're swinging there, pal, too. But you need to bring this back into balance, and you give things to others in the way you want to be loved. So say you like gifts, and you buy some cupcakes for the people at work, and you deliver the cupcakes, and you expect someone else to do something nice for you and get a little treat for you or for the group, or, you know, something like that. And when nobody does, you kind of throw a little bit of a hissy fit, and you just kind of like, oh, like, why does I feel so unloved, underappreciated, under working so hard, and, you know, like all these other things, and like negative self-talk starts to arise, and that's holding you back from reaching your soulmate. So like, I'm feeling like there's a you're almost there but not quite kind of vibes happening here. You know, I am going to pull some cards from this Angel Answers for some timeline information, just a little bit of clarity on what's happening here. So helpful people, again, that really reiterates that generosity. Well, I guess we're grabbing those ones there, guys. So no, the situation will improve if you believe. So, I'm feeling like there's a few people that are watching this, and if they're still watching, cool. Thank you for sticking around. But some of you are offended by this information that's coming up. You're like, I'm not selfish, and you're getting rubbed the wrong way. You know, so no, that message isn't for someone else. It's for you. Okay? Now, not easy to hear. I get it, but you just have to start to move through this stuff. Okay? Now, the situation will improve. You are not stuck where you are. You're in a transition period. Like, I feel like this is a massive healing time for you right now. Like, you're being just like slapped left and right with like crap. Like, every day it feels like something's slapping you in the face. And it's kind of like, I've kind of had enough. And this is just preparing you for that soulmate coming in. But if you haven't dealt with all this stuff, it's just gonna, like, it won't feel like that soulmate twin flame connection, right? So things are going to get better, but you got to move through it. Like, if someone keeps slapping you in the face with something, it's for a reason. Like, you have to still learn the lesson for it to not slap you anymore. You know, like, that's kind of how the guides work in general. And if you believe, this is, you're a little bit hard on yourself, pile 2. So part of you believes, yes, I want this soulmate. I really want to go into this relationship. I want the positive relationship. I want the challenges that are going to come with it, because relationships with people. And I want the kids, if you want kids or not. And, you know, like, I want all of these things. And then you're like, I'm not good enough. You know, nobody wants to be with me in this way. I cannot. I don't want to do it anymore. And so you have to remove that toxic shaming yourself, guilting, something along those lines, because it's really holding you back from being able to establish that connection. And, you know, throat chakra. I'm just feeling like just so much like you may want to scream because you feel like, well, I am doing so much for others, but you're actually so concerned about everything that's going on in your life that you haven't stopped to be like, if I'm always talking about myself, how can I ever hear my soulmate reach out to me and actually talk to me about them? How can I get to know them if I am always speaking? Or vice versa. If you never speak up, how do they get to know you? You know, just depending on which way you're coming at that. So work on those beliefs, those self-beliefs, this feeling of not good enough. Balance. How perfect. I understand and embrace the opposing forces in life that bring about balance. Fire elemental. I ignite the fire within me that connects me to the divine. So I'm feeling lots of passion in this relationship, you know, that will manifest here. Like it's, woo! You know, it's just a very sexual relationship, you know, like, and it doesn't have to be in all the classic senses. You can have a very sensual relationship without actually having sex, but there's tons of sexual energy in this connection. You're just preventing yourself from being able to reach it by this unbalanced energy. So bringing that into a balance allows this to happen and allows you to just feel alive. Because right now, you kind of feel like you're not dead, but like the next best thing to that, you know, like walking around like a zombie. So there is passion. There is stuff bubbling up for you, pal, too. Forest Frolic Maiden. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. So really releasing, like I'm just seeing all these like little light orbs that she's just like, I don't need these anymore. And feeling free because you're just so restrained. And as you're squishing yourself into this little box of what you think it should be, you're preventing yourself from really living authentically. And there's a difference. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this in two different ways because there's a few different people coming at different perspectives from this. So if you're riding your high horse and you feel like so many people should be doing so much for me, and I like it when people do stuff for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want that and like you're living a real humble life, you might have to earn it, not just expect it. You know, like people just don't want to like keep giving to you just because you feel you deserve it. You know, it has to be give and take. There has to be balance happening, you know? So I would just allow things to flip. Find yourself in a very generous state. It doesn't have to be money, because I feel like there might be some like financial restrictions with you, pal, too. There might be like a, oh, how am I gonna, you know, whatever, fill in the blank. Start giving out compliments, asking other people how their day is, you know, really concerning yourself with someone other than yourself. Okay, and that's going to help bring in more balance into your life, pal, too. Now, some of you are always thinking about other people and always going overboard and not speaking up for yourself and holding yourself back. And that's not healthy either, pal, too. So you're going to have to start to speak up for what you need and understanding yourself, being like, you know, so-and-so, I don't want to speak about you today. I'd actually like to talk about me, but I struggle with this. So can you help me by asking me questions and allowing me to just slowly become open and vulnerable about what I want to talk about? It's just difficult for me. And just straight up ask for what you need, even if it's hard and you can't say the actual thing. You can talk about the feelings about the thing, you know? So really establishing more healthy friendships where it's just this a breath of fresh air rather than feeling like you're giving from an empty cup, allowing people to give back to you too. But you got to stand up and claim it, pal, too. You know, stand up and claim that. So I have some cards here. that talk about how a past life is affecting this soulmate connection. So I'm just going to see what's up there. Vows, you've been married before. Spirituality and religion, again, very tied to that. Like, I don't know what kind of organization that you guys may have been involved in, but it was very restrictive. Like, you may have been like on, I'm not sure how, the wording for this, because they're showing me like you and this person being in like a secret coven where there was just a few people, and it's like you lived away from most of other people, so you just felt like people, you know, this riding the high horse feeling. Or on the flip side, you may feel like it kept you away from people, so it made you close off, you know, just depending, different people, different past lives. But it was, you're tied to that. And even now it's like there's this unspoken law that you feel you must abide by. And this is something that could require some healing for you in this lifetime, pile 2, is breaking these vows of secrecy. You know, this is keeping you small and preventing you from really standing up in that fire element. And wars and battles. So, it may have been you and your soulmate twin flame just really butted heads in some previous past lives as you were working out some karma. And that can translate into this life, holding on to resentments for them not being there for you, not being able to. Or maybe they went off to war, you went off to war, and they weren't there for you. And there's feelings of hurt happening here. So really being real with yourself and asking, is that the story you're telling yourself, or did this actually happen? Did they actually hurt my feelings, or am I just making up a reason why my feelings are hurt? Filling in the blanks, or my brain has some story to tell itself. So I would do some past life healing on this. I would definitely seek out someone that's qualified to do some past life healing, a healer, this girl, or another trusted healer, because there's tons out there. And if you know someone and that you trust them with these things, please, you know, heal, yo. However you're doing it. These are some cards to give you some quotes to just kind of tie into the energies here. Reflect on your truth. So really ask yourself, what do I want my truth to be? What is my truth? How is the past life affecting it? How is this life affecting it? And how am I standing in my own way? Because I feel like that's a lot. Like it's right on the verge. Like, you know, like just so close with this. And retreat, you know, really working on that self-reflection, giving yourself the space to dive deep and really unpack some of this stuff so that you can move forward without reprimanding yourself and feeling shameful. I'm going to pull some cards from the Black Moon Astrology deck here and just get some vibes happening. Part of fortune, increase. So this is really feeling like that, like a fire sigil, like a branding, like just passion, like just like coming in full force, like just punching it in. So expect things to be moving more quickly than they have in the past. I don't think the past dictates what the future is going to bring for speed with all the things. The 12th house, escape. Don't keep trying to escape all of these feelings and this, well, people should serve me, or, oh, I'm serving too many people, depending on which way you're riding that. There is no escaping your soulmate twin flame connection here, okay? It is coming, but you got to do the work. If you can't do the work, that's it, man. That's it. And Virgo, I analyze. So one of you might be a Virgo. But it's like being overly critical, like super analytical. So like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like really like let up and focus your attention elsewhere. Focus it on other people. Like if you obsess about this connection and about how many pick a cards have you watched about this, probably can't count them, right? Just saying. Don't overthink it. Like just switch gears. because you need to get out of that like desperate, clingy energy and like into this, okay, I am balanced, things are flowing, you know, that balance card, and just allow things to just come to you. Because like it's like, I feel like if you're here and you want your soulmate to be right here, there's like this little piece of saran wrap between you. Like it's almost a joke as to what's standing between you and your soulmate. Like so close. I can't even like it, like that's the closest you get without being together, connected, whatever. Like you just don't like it's it's there, pal too. It's there. That's what I'm trying to say. So just allow things, like stop analyzing. Some of you need to watch how you're spending your time, your energy, your money, because it's kind of like, I don't have anything to do. I don't have my love. I'm just gonna, blah. And you just kind of maybe get a little depressed, a little lethargic. So try to shift out of that. Not everybody, not that message is for everybody, just a few people. So if it applies, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. So Pal 2, that's what I got for you in this reading. I also do private readings, so if you want a custom you and me connecting on the phone, I've got details below of how you can book something, so I would love to connect with you. But I'm going to move on to pal number 3 here. After I grab some water though, because I'm so thirsty. That throat chakra really... too much. All right. Pile number 3. Here we are. Oh, didn't get rid of the other rock. So with the selenite, I feel like there's a clearing that's coming out for you. Just like clean start, fresh, new beginnings. That's kind of like the energy I'm feeling here, pile 3. Optimism, you know, and holding the heart, and really seeing her holding the heart and just reflecting, looking back. It's like, don't reprimand yourself for the choices you made in the past. They've led you to where you are, but now you have to move forward and keep that childlike optimism. Okay, be brave. Again, this angel is looking down, like, you know, again, that reflective state. So I'm really seeing this jaguar, this black jaguar in this picture. And I'm getting these visions of, you know, there's this whole sheet. And there's just in the corner, there's this one little spot. And you're like, that little string came off, or, you know, and you're like, throw the whole towel away or throw the whole sheet away. And it's like nitpicking beyond. So it's, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater, right? Like, just allow things to be as they are. Nothing has to be perfect. So maybe you need a little more optimism. Maybe you're a little bit too critical, a little bit too pessimistic. And some of you are gonna be like, oh, well, I am optimistic. So like, I really challenge you to be real with yourself. How are you being pessimistic in your life? What challenges are being thrown at you that you're a little rigid and inflexible towards? This clear-cut energy, you know, this clearing, new beginnings. So just be real, right? Like, ain't nobody watching this but you, unless you're sitting with like a group of homies watching pick a card videos about soulmates. I feel like this is a solo one. Higher education. All right. You're being guided to your soulmate through signs. They're telling you when you were on the right path, when you were doing it. And I'm very specifically seeing this red rose. So I don't know how this red rose is significant to you. So like, I don't think the higher education card itself was there. I think they brought the rose forward, is kind of what I'm saying. So they may send you Your soulmate may be sending you roses soon. Very specifically red. Like I'm really seeing red. It might be mixed with other colors. It might be some pinks and whites, whatever. But very specifically red roses is what I'm seeing. And follow those signs, okay? Like there's this, but how do I know that those roses are for me? The signs you're seeing feel so general that it couldn't be just for you, but yo, it is, okay? Trust in those signs. Transformation. I journey within to meet my higher self and find true happiness. Pile 3. Oh, you in it. You are like, if you equate your journey to a butterfly, you start off as a caterpillar and you carry on your merry little way, just like eating leaves, getting chubby, wiggling around, and all of a sudden you're like, I must build myself a little fort, and you build the fort, and all of a sudden you just turn into goo, because you must rebuild all of your cells into a butterfly. It doesn't just like magically grow. Like it has to disintegrate what it was to grow into what it is, like letting go of all of its pieces to transform into what it envisions for itself. And you've picked up some bad habits along the way, pile 3. This optimism keeps coming up. So you might have picked up some very negative mindsets, and it's preventing you from really embracing this soulmate relationship. And there's some of you that have either already been in a relationship with this soulmate twin flame, or you know them, or like there's like this communication. Like I feel like the connection's there, but it was just you both had some healing to do to really make it work. Okay. Air elemental. I embrace the element of air and am open to all knowledge and wisdom. So I'm going to pull this other one too. Your own path. I follow my own unique path with courage and strength. So these two cards are working together. I can feel like in this card, you can see that there are those two paths, like the little streams coming up from the crystals right here. And in this one, there are two, like the angel and the eagle, both mimicking each other's movements. So like there is that soulmate connection, those two people coming together. And in the past, the connection didn't work. You know, there's just no way. You were two very different people, different dreams, different hopes. You've both been doing spiritual work. You've both been coming together, closer together, as you come onto your joint path. Now, I'm feeling like there's ties to Egypt in here somewhere, or Egypt-like countries. So, embracing tradition, embracing the old. Pile 3. You have to learn to go with the flow. You have to be more flexible. Like, you know, like you can see in here, it's like they're both just flying effortlessly in unison. And you're not allowing flow in your life right now. Like you're trying to make things harder than they are. You know, you're trying to study too hard. You're turning into this pile of goo. You're trying to be optimistic, but you're really just being pessimistic or realist, whatever you want to label it. But it's time to shift out of that. Like you're shifting paths. You're following the right path. You've been on other paths, but now it's time to really step into that path. Okay. These cards here are talking about a past life and how it's affecting the soulmate connection. So we have ships, lessons and blessings, and health. So like I'm really drawn to the snake in this, and like kind of Medusa energy, where it's like I was so much, and then someone else deemed it so that I am nothing, and now I have nothing. You know, turned into Medusa. And you feel like anything you look at just turns to stone. And that's where this transformation card comes in, and it's like, nope, I'm just pushing it all away. Be mindful of this. Don't just indulge in the comfort foods, because you're kind of all up in your feelings right now. Transformation card, not to be taken lightly, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay to be all up in your feels, but you're transforming. Okay, you're not stuck where you are, and that's something you have to realize and start to implement, because lessons and blessings, man. It's in this life and many lives, you've either had all lessons or all blessings. And in this life, what that translates to is feeling very, this should just already happen. Like, I don't understand why this relationship isn't here yet. And also, like, I'm never going to have that relationship. It's like, it's both extremes, you know, because you've had multiple lifetimes of either or back and forth, great abundance and great loss in a variety of different areas of your life. And ships, some travel, like I hear voyagers or pioneers, something like that, and just allowing things to, one of you, I'm not sure which one, because too many people, would maybe be like unfaithful, you know, like would philander, like their ship would sail and then they'd come back home, and you know, so that's something that could translate to is trust issues, you know, and it could be they just left and you never know if they'd come back, and then they did, you know, like it could be literally just on a ship. It could be relationship issues. It's either when they're with you, it's like it's all love, and when they're not, it's like you feel depleted, you know, lessons and blessings. So be mindful about how you feel about things in general. These are some quote cards. Count your blessings and reassess the situation. Get really clear with yourself about your perspective on things. Are you feeling doom and gloom? Like, what are you feeling, right? I'm going to pull some astrology cards here for you, pile 3, and just get some more energy about you or the people. Let's see what comes up here. Jupiter, abundance. You know, I feel like there's like a clash here though. Like I feel like Jupiter energy is really coming in strong and just being like, yo, how are you blessed? And like really shoving stuff in your face. So be brave as you're dealing with that. The 8th house, endings and beginnings, you know, that transformation, you know, the selenite, that new beginnings energy, you know, and again, there's roses on either side of that skull. I'm also feeling like Scorpio energy happening in here. So one of you might be Scorpio, or something about Scorpio season, which is soon. And the 11th house, friends. So with this soulmate connection, you can't just like, when you meet, it can't be like, we're married. Yeah, done, soulmate established. There's gonna have to be a friendship, and then, you know, it might move fast, but like not like instantaneous. So like, don't get disheartened when all of this starts shaking out. Stay optimistic, you know, reassess the situation. What stories are you telling yourself that maybe aren't serving you in this? That's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're interested in a private reading, I also offer those. If you want to book something, there's a link down below in the description box. I am going to carry on here with pile number 4. Pile 4 with the quartz. I'm feeling like a big channeling of energy, like conducting energy, flowing through, cleansing, amplifying kind of energy here. Let's see what's up. Blessings of abundance. And you know, it kind of feels like she's like holding all the things that would be in a cornucopia. Oh, there might be a cornucopia down in there. Could be. Looks like a basket. Wire weave basket. Miracle. And activist. Mother Teresa. So like I'm feeling big energies here with your soulmate connection. Like I don't feel like you know each other yet. So like you've been asking yourself, oh, is this person my soulmate? You know, I don't feel like you're connected at this time. I feel like there's something better for you than maybe what you're trying to force to be your soulmate twin flame connection right now. But you are very kind-hearted. You know, you're very giving, nurturing, but so is your soulmate. Like you, perfect complement to each other. Like there's Christ and there's Mother Teresa, you know, like doesn't get any more loving than that, right? So blessings of abundance. You have so much love in your life, pile 4. Like there is just so much love, and allow yourself to feel that love, you know, like it's okay to feel loved even if your soulmate's not knocking on your door right now. Or maybe they are. Did you order delivery? Just kidding, sort of. Just allow yourself to feel those blessings. Celebrate life. I celebrate every day by honoring and respecting all life on Mother Earth. You know, again, that celebrate, like really embrace things. Like, I don't know if you're living under a rock, pile 4, but they're saying like, you know, be kind, like you're a good person, like get out there and like just be in it, like be in your life instead of wishing for the future and regretting the past and like just all this stuff. Just be there now, like right in this moment, hanging out with me. Thank you. But just really feeling it, like just, okay, we're just gonna pause this reading and just put your hands over your heart. Take a deep breath. Feel a little bit of tension, leave your shoulders. Just feel your heart begin to open with those deep breaths and that releasing the tension in your shoulders, and just feel that love just expand out from you. Just feeling all that love. And as you radiate that love, more love will come back to you. That's just how it works, you know? Crystal Ascension. I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the Crystal Kingdom. So again, you know, it looks like quartz all up in the bottom there. So you channel energy. Like you're a very spiritual person. You may not know or practice it very much yet, but you are aware of these things. You might be a little bit intimidated by it, but get yourself some quartz, man, because it just helps you to just amplify what you got going on, you know, because you're naturally a really grateful person. Like you just live with a very grateful heart, and like you don't need for much. You're just yearning for that connection and the way it will make you feel, you know, like that calmness, that warm hug from your favorite aunt, you know, like that feeling, you know. Release. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. You know, this card normally shows up when there's been a death. So you may be struggling with maybe someone you thought was your soulmate has passed away, and there's, you know, some tension bubbling up for you, and you're trying to feel that love. And if that is your case, the person that's passed on wants you to feel that love, and they do want you to search for that physical person to be with you in that love, because they have such a deep understanding. It's like they don't feel as like possessive and closed-minded as they would have in their physical life. So allowing yourself that grace to just honor them, but also honor you. Okay, so don't let that hold you back. seeking something a little bit more, you know. Excuse me. We have some cards here talking about how past lives are affecting all of the soulmate connection here. Father, monk or nun, orphan, and knighthood. Okay, so in a past life, when you were a child, your father passed away when you were quite young, and this led to unfavorable circumstances for a single mother to try to raise children. You know, there was several other children with you, and she also ended up passing away a few years later. Just bad luck. So you became this orphan and were like adopted by a church, monk, nun, someone in a religious aspect, and they just took you under their wing, and they really helped to guide you in these moral principles, these celebrate life, these blessings, that grateful heart. They really helped that activist Mother Teresa, you know, like that's really shown up, and that's something that's translated into this life. So this is a really positive thing. Like, this is fantastic. And what can happen sometimes is when we feel grateful for everything we have, yet we still feel like something's missing, it creates this emptiness inside of us. And, you know, this knighthood is coming up, is the other person. Like, they might have been distant, or, you know, difficult to get to, you know, like challenging paths, rivalries kind of thing. And even though you're like, I just feel grateful because I know I will get to them one day. And this lifetime, you're like, you know, I know I'm going to get my soulmate. I feel so bad that I feel so impatient. I'm watching these pick-a-card readings, trying to find out more about my soulmate and when it's going to show up and all those things. But it's okay to wait. It's okay to be grateful for the things you want and not have them yet. You know, the perfect relationship is on its way to you, but it just divine timing. You know, when you get those spiritual nudges to drive a different way to work, or stop at a different coffee shop, or you see someone and you just, oh man, I wish I'd say hi, I just loved their shirt. Maybe they become a good friend and introduce you to someone that's your soulmate. You know, like all these such small things are your guides use to guide you to the things that you desire in this lifetime. And it's just these small whispers. You know, it's never some big like trumpets blaring, angels singing, light shining, unless it's like life or death, but that's just a little bit different scenario than what we got going on here. It's always like a turn left, not right. And you're like, why would I turn the wrong way? And all of a sudden you just see the person on the street if you listen. You know, all of these coincidences just line up, and it's those small whispers, those random thoughts you get. Those are divinely guided. Like, why would I think that? Why would I just think to turn the wrong way? That's so silly, and you discredit it. But you have a really good heart, pile 4. These are some quotes. Refine your attention. So pay more attention to those whispers, you know, really allow them into your life, because they will absolutely change the game for you, pile 4. And make a plan. I want more clarity on this card. I want make a plan. Make a plan for what? Because they're saying follow your intuition. You can't plan intuition. So make a plan for romance. I can't make this up. Okay. So write the lifestyle you want to live with your romantic partner. How do you want to feel? What kind of things do you want to do every day? And really be clear on that, because I think sometimes you're like, I'm just so grateful to find them. You know, I love going to the beach, but if they hate the beach, I'll live in the forest and never see the ocean again. But man, I love the ocean. You're like, I feel like you have this tendency to compromise and still be happy and grateful that you are compromising. just because you're just happy to be doing whatever, right? So make a plan, you know, like write things out and really get clear. What do I want for my life in that partnership? And if you already have done that, fantastic, go review it. Because sometimes we change over time, we become different people, and sometimes we need to just reflect on that so that we can invite the perfect opportunities for us. I'm going to pull some cards from this astrology deck here to get some vibes for the people. All right, Aries, I am. So one of you might be an Aries. Very headstrong energy, very like, I'm just going for it, and I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to like following that intuition, you know, embracing that, those following the signs. Don't second guess. South Node, life's debts. So I'm feeling a little bit of heaviness here. And it's like you feel you owe someone something. You know, like you feel you owe your soulmate or your twin flame to just make everything perfect for them. Or, you know, like there's this feeling indebted to someone, something, somehow. And it's okay to release that. You don't owe anyone anything. You know, it's okay to give with a pure heart, but just allow yourself to unpack that baggage. The 4th house, roots. So this is going to be a very grounded relationship, you know, establishing that connection. I really see like there's a child up in the tree and just really rooted, stable, but you have to give it the time to just unfold, pal 4. And I know Aries isn't patient. That energy isn't patient. I'm an Aries. So I get it. I know you're being grateful. I know you're like, yeah, but I just like, I want it. Like I'm watching this, pick a card. I want it, but it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to pull another one and see if they'll tell me a time frame for you. Cause you're like, I just need that little piece of information. I just need that confirmation. Taurus, I have. So Taurus is like May, beginning of May, end of April. So you have a little bit of time, but that's okay. Because again, Taurus is very grounded, stable energy, right? Very, very earthy. So this is fantastic. Pile 4, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're interested in a private reading, I also offer those where me and you can connect over the phone and really just talk about all things you in a very specific way. Links are in the description box below. But until then, I will see you again. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Bye.